Oh my god, I'm gonna have a baby next week. It's mental. Hey guys, Dakara here and welcome back to my channel. I just thought I'd do a quick pregnancy update for you guys. Last one was 20 to 35 weeks pregnant and now I'm going to do 35 to 40 weeks pregnant. And I am still pregnant. I'm 40 weeks plus 5 days and still very much pregnant. I'll be honest, I feel for anyone that goes overdue. I know the due date isn't set in stone, but you still have a goal in mind, and when you surpass that date, it's literally all that you can think about. You become really obsessed with it. Every night when you go to bed, you're thinking, this could be it, this could be the day, but then nothing, and then you're just left with disappointment. And it's the waiting. The waiting is the killer. Let me tell you some of the things that I have tried to induce labour naturally. So first one was hot curry. Everyone was messaging saying just have a curry should bring things on. I had loads of curries, nothing worked. I'm such a mad when it comes to anything spicy, it triggers me. So I thought that would do the trick, but it really didn't. It didn't do anything other than give me a bit of a dodgy tummy, so yay. I also tried long walks, going on long walks. Again, still nothing other than me being out of breath and my pelvis grinding, which isn't fun, let me tell you. I've tried eating pineapple. I do know that you're supposed to eat something stupid like 8 pineapples to trigger it, but I'm not going to do that because I'll get ill. But it didn't work. I tried pineapple juice, again, didn't work. I've tried raspberry leaf tea because I heard that was really good. Still nothing. It tastes absolutely vile. It was so bad. What else did I try? Bouncing and exercising. Again, didn't do anything other than flare up my pelvic pain. So let me tell you, all of those people that are pregnant or are going to be pregnant and you listen to all of this advice on how to kickstart labour, it's all a load of rubbish. The baby will arrive when the baby is good and ready, and that's the end of it. And I know that you're not going to want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it. I wanted to try these things and kickstart something. But it's a load of rubbish, guys. I've tried everything, and the ones that have worked, I just think it's coincidence that they were going to give birth anyway, and then they tried these things. So yeah, I don't believe in them, having gone through them myself. I also tried acupuncture. Again, didn't work. Personally for me, I have a health condition. They've been monitoring me extremely closely through my pregnancy because of it. They don't want me to go over my due date too much because of that. I've been booked in for an induction on Monday. So on Monday I'll be 41 weeks exactly. That's when I'll be induced. So fingers crossed, if all goes well, there's no complications, I will have a baby next week, which is just insane. I'm gonna be a mum. What? So talking through some of my symptoms, I was diagnosed with pelvic girdle pain. So I've been having physio, been told to wear like this, it's sort of like a band around my stomach, which is pretty much just a long bandage that you slide on. But it didn't do anything but make me itch. I think I might be allergic to whatever it's made out of. So I've not been able to wear that as much as I'd like to help with the pelvic pain. And I have been having acupuncture on my pelvis as well. I do enjoy going for acupuncture because it sort of relaxes you and makes you more zen. So I think it's worthwhile doing, even if it's not solving this specific issue that you're going in for, it's helping in other areas. Sleep has been horrendous for me during this pregnancy, more so towards the end. I'm just so large, and because I have the PGP, the pelvic pain, if I lie on my left, my hip will start hurting, I have to go to my right, and then again that hip will start hurting. So it's a lot of tossing and turning, and I do hear that this is nature's way of getting you prepared when the baby's here, so that you're used to not really sleeping. But yeah, it's at least then there will be a baby there to keep you busy, whereas now it's just you don't sleep and then you have nothing around to keep you busy. It's just you're in pain and extremely tired and angry. So yeah. Weight gain, I have gained a total of 3 stone, so that's going to be extremely fun trying to burn that off after the baby's here. I will be trying to breastfeed, and I've heard that will help speed up the weight loss, so I guess time will tell. That's if breastfeeding works for me. I'm gonna give it my best shot, keep an open mind, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but at least I've given it a good go. I may as well show you my baby bump. This is my bump now. I am so ready to have this baby. My bump was kind of pointed in this direction, whereas now there's a slope there. As you can see, where my belly piercing was, I've got like a little stretch mark coming off there, which is a bit disappointing. That's just arrived this past week, so I'm a bit upset about that, but what can you do? I'm sure the baby will be worth every mark I get. So that's my bump. On the 17th of January, I had a sweep for the first time. Wow. Let me tell you, I've heard people say that they've had a sweep and they didn't really explain how uncomfortable it was. It was fucking horrendous. It's basically where the doctor or midwife will, there's no nice way to say it, they basically put their fingers inside to find your cervix and then they try and stretch your cervix open, and it lasts quite a while and it's extremely uncomfortable. Well, it was for me. I was only 1 centimetre dilated when I had my first sweep. Yeah, it wasn't what I expected. I didn't enjoy it at all. And then I had another sweep yesterday, and my midwife did this sweep and it wasn't as bad, to be fair. Whether it's because it was the midwife who does them all the time rather than a doctor, or if it was just that I'm further gone now so it wasn't as painful, I don't know. But the second time it wasn't as bad. Still uncomfortable, but it wasn't where I felt like I was gonna pass out. So yeah, I was hoping that would trigger something, but again, no. Anyway, I digress. Going back to the 17th of January after my first sweep, she basically said that this can egg on labour and speed things up a little bit. So I had everything crossed that it was going to work and things were going to get going. And after it, I had really bad period pain type feelings in my lower stomach. So I was like, ooh, maybe this is it, and getting a bit excited. And then midnight, after having the sweep, I lost my plug. So I was like, ooh, this is so exciting, that there's movement going on here, that we're going in the right direction. I might have a baby soon. I lost my plug for a few days after that, maybe 2 or 3 days of losing my plug. Still no baby. Got to my due date, again, still no baby. And then yesterday, which was, what date would that have been? The 25th? Yeah, so on the 25th I had a second sweep. Again, period pains really low down, but that was it. No blood loss, no bloody show, no contractions, just pains, like period pain. And I woke up today and still no baby. So another failed sweep. Because it's my first, I think that has something to do with it, because from the very beginning, medical people would say that with your first, you're more than likely to go over your due date. But I think there was something inside me and people around me, everyone thought I would go into labour earlier than my due date. Everyone just thought it. I let myself get excited, and then I was convincing myself that I would go into early labour. And I'm part of an NCT group, and a lot of them had their babies before their due dates, and I was getting even more excited. But I'm the last one now, and I'm over. So I'm glad that I'm getting induced, but also really nervous about it, because you hear horror stories and they say when you are induced it can typically be more painful because they're forcing you into labour. So you get, say, a pessary or a drip or some sort of drug, or they'll break your waters to sort of force the baby out. And because of that, your natural hormones or your natural instincts aren't kicking in for labour like they would if it was just to happen, because they're speeding everything up. So it can be more uncomfortable and it can last quite a while as well. I hear people going for an induction and then they're in for 3, sometimes even 4 days. But again, on the bright side of things, you can have an induction and have a baby hours later. It just depends on how my body is going to react to their drugs and everything else. This is the first day in I don't even know how long where I've even put makeup on. To be honest, it makes me feel good when I do it, but my mindset is just, I can't be bothered. I literally cannot be bothered. I've had to force myself today, and I'm glad that I did, because I do feel a little bit better. I do have acupuncture today at 4, I think, maybe half 4, so in 2.5 hours. So hopefully that will help with my pelvic pain a little bit as well. Reflecting back on my pregnancy, I've discovered that pregnancy life isn't enjoyable for me. I love the fact that some women get pregnant and they're just like, this is the best, and really take control of it and think it's amazing. I love that. It just didn't happen for me. I've not had that sort of feeling, I'm just being honest. The best feeling I've had is whenever the baby moves, it makes me think that, oh, there's something amazing about to happen. That's the feeling that I'd like to hold on to, but everything else that it's come with hasn't been enjoyable. One thing as well that I'll say is, if you are pregnant and you do go over your due date, just expect to be bombarded with messages, and try to remind yourself that those people are coming from a really good place and a nice place. I just don't think that they realise how torturous it can be for the pregnant person that is still pregnant, getting asked, any signs, any news, baby here yet? It's so nice that they care, and at the same time all you're thinking is, you're reminding me of how pregnant I am. Just bear that in mind and try and focus on the positive of the fact that people care. So I just thought I'd do a quick recap from like 0 to 40 plus weeks. So symptoms that I've had in the past. Sickness, obviously, it seems to just come with most pregnancies. Aversions to food, lack of appetite, and then to the extreme of I would just eat everything in sight. Cravings, for me it was apples. Pelvic girdle pain is real. Freaking hurts, guys. It's extremely uncomfortable. Lack of sleep, lack of energy, sudden boosts of energy. Nesting is a strong one. When you sort of get towards the end there, you just want to clean and tidy and prepare and make sure everything is perfect when the baby arrives. Headaches now again, swollen feet and ankles, itchy skin, dry lips. Baby moving is amazing. Also feels extremely weird. It can hurt at times. Sometimes my baby pushes so hard on my left ribs, I feel like they may crack at some point. Your boobs go up 2-3 sizes. Stretch marks are an issue. Make sure you use moisturizer, bio oil I used. It doesn't mean that they're gonna stop all stretch marks from appearing, as I am proof of that, but I do think that it helps to reduce, maybe help with the appearance of them and things like that. Achy legs is an issue for me. Loose bowels now and again. Sorry, I know that's too much information probably, but hey ho, it's a pregnancy update. Losing your plug is absolutely vile. Like, I've never experienced anything like that. And women don't really talk about the loss of the plug, and I didn't know what to expect. And it wasn't that, let me tell you. It's not nice, not a pleasant feeling. Then at the same time you get excited because you think, oh, this means we're going in the right direction, so that's great. And then on the other side you're like, oh, how is my body even produced something so gross? Sweeps are more uncomfortable than people openly talk about, so just prepare yourselves, do deep breaths when they're doing it, and listen to what the midwife or doctor is saying to sort of distract your mind and keep you sort of calm as can be during that time. Acid reflux, constantly feeling like your food isn't going down and isn't settling because your baby is pushing upwards, so all your food sort of sits high, it can just repeat, and it's so uncomfortable. But don't do what I did. Talk to your GP, your doctor, whoever, and get prescribed some sort of drug to help with that, because now that I have finally, it's just eased everything and it makes it so much easier. Another thing is illness related to that. If you do get sick, like with the common cold or God forbid the flu, anything like that, always go to the doctor. Even if they say, I'm sorry, all you can take is paracetamol, at least you've asked all the questions and you know you've done everything you can to keep baby safe. I also suffered with nosebleeds quite a bit during my, I think it was like the 2nd trimester, which I've heard is normal because you're producing more iron, more blood, and it needs places to escape from, I guess. I think some women love going on maternity and they're like, yes, I get time off work. Not really the case for me because I get bored. I get so bored, and because of all my symptoms and everything that I've been going through, because I was thinking, oh well, once I'm on maternity, I'll just smash out a load of videos because I won't be at work. I'll edit them and upload them and I'll be so far ahead. And the reality is, you have no focus, you have no drive, you just feel so fed up, and it's extremely difficult. I don't want to sound like I'm being a bit of a mad, but I guess that I am. I found it really difficult. I still tried, obviously, there's no point giving up. It's just you have a sort of picture in your head and then it just doesn't play out the way that you want it to. Plus you get bombarded with text, the door's constantly on the go, phone calls, just interruptions non-stop. There's that as well that can make filming videos especially kind of difficult. That's all I can think of symptoms wise. I'd be interested to know what your pregnancies were like as well, if you have been pregnant, and what it feels like during and then what you actually recall afterwards, because I've got in my head that I feel like this now because my hormones are everywhere, and then as soon as the baby is here I'm gonna reflect on the pregnancy and think, you know what, it wasn't that bad. That's what I'm hoping is gonna happen. Whether it does or not, I don't know. I mean, I'm not planning on getting pregnant again, but you know, if this feels right to me, then maybe plans can change. But as of right now, I don't want to go through this again. I'd be a one child kind of gal. But never say never. I'm gonna keep an open mind. I'm sure people say that all the time and then they end up having 3, 4 kids, so yeah, we'll wait and see. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a baby next week. It's mental. I just want to hold my baby. I just want to see what they look like. I want to feel that rush of love if it happens. I'm hoping it happens. Again, I'm being realistic. People have warned me that everyone's experiences are different, but I'm just going off what my thought process right now and what I want right now, and it's just, I want that moment where the doctor puts the baby on my chest and it's just like, ugh, that's what I want. I'm in the frame of mind where I'm like, as long as my baby is safe, then that is all that matters to me. And I just want that moment. I need that moment. Anxiety just builds over time. It really does. Like the longer you wait, the more anxiety you have. Yeah, it's difficult, but I'm ready for what's to come. I do feel ready, so I guess that's something. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my pregnancy update. If you did, give it a cheeky thumbs up and subscribe, you know, if you want to. There's no pressure here, and hopefully I'll see you again soon with a baby. Eee! Can't wait. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.